Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. So if you're thinking about running this game at 60 FPS, 1080p, 60 FPS, the only way you'll be able to do that is by selecting medium presets, medium settings at 1080p, 1920 by 1080p resolution. There's just no way, even if you have 2080 Ti or 2080 Super or even SLI 2080, it is really difficult to hit 60 FPS with a 4K resolution. Even at, well, maybe at low settings with 2080, like with low to medium, you might be able to get like 50, but you're never gonna hit that constant 60. Because this game, it's so demanding. It's not optimized really as of yet to be running in 4K resolution that fast. I'm sure that will change in the future, but for right now, this is the only option, and that's 1080p 60. And let me tell you, I know it's 1080p and people are going to say, oh, that's an old school 1080p resolution for such a brand new game. I get that, I understand that, but I think this flight simulator is more enjoyable at 60 FPS. It feels more real at 60 FPS. In my opinion, it looks better at 60 FPS. And I think you guys should try it at 60 FPS. Everything looks more fluid. Look at the traffic down below. Everything looks more fluid. And the graphics are not that bad. Terrain is not that bad. Still looks good even at medium settings. I've seen worse. But remember, I want fluidity. When I'm flying a plane, I don't want slowdowns. I don't want lag. I want fluidity. And I think you're going to get that fluidity here with a 1080p 60 FPS. Just make sure that your presets are set to medium. Everything to medium. Just click a medium preset with 1920 by 1080 resolution and you're pretty much all good to go. And look how fluid everything is. How smooth everything is when you are running at 60 FPS. And this is what you want. Now keep in mind, we'll also need a good internet to render this in real time. If you want to see all of this in real time, depending which region you're flying.
Endeavor 49 or 45, you are 20,000 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Oh yeah, but this is way better, man. This is what I'm looking for. 60 FPS. This is where it's all about. It's 60 FPS right here. And it feels real. You have that sense of realism because everything runs more fluidly. And I know I like to repeat myself here and there, but I can't help myself but emphasize just I can go back to even 1440p. I will not settle down for 30 FPS. Like kiss my butt, I'm not settling down for 30. I'll stick with this, okay? But let me tell you something else too. Let me just show you let me just tell you how demanding this game is. Forget Crisis. Crisis, it's walk in the park, really, in comparison to how demanding this game really is. Even at 1080p, medium settings, my computer is still running like a Boeing 787. Even at 1920 by 1080 full HD medium settings, it's still running like 787 Boeing airliner, and it's blowing so much heat. This game, it's so this flight simulator, it is so, it will make your computer look, it's gonna be like a heater, like an oven, really, or like a barbecue rack. Unbelievable just how much heat this thing will produce on your PC. Jay-Z 2 cents was right. This thing will, it's like a heater, it's what it is. So yeah, I mean, 1080p, medium settings. This is it, guys. This is how you should play it. This is the best way to play it. You want the fluidity? Well, this is the one way of doing it. Now, where am I? I'm at Louisiana right now. North of Louisiana, somewhere.
FedEx 860, you are 19,900 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
So yeah, guys, this is the way you should play it. 1080p 60 medium settings. This is it. I'm not gonna go back to 1440p. Lousy 30 frames per second. You know what? I barely even hit 30. I was measuring it yesterday. Man, I hit 27. 27 frames per second. It was god awful. God awful. So yeah, 1080p medium settings. Now you're gonna ask, well, what kind of specs, what kind of computer do you have? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna need a good CPU, and not just me that's gonna tell you this. Jay-Z 2 cents will tell you. Linus Tech Tips will tell you. They're all gonna tell you the CPU is gonna be very important. Get yourself an i7, nothing less than i7. I don't care if it's an 8th generation, fine. 9th generation, like mine, I have a 9th generation with 9 threads, 8 cores, 4.8 gigahertz. Get yourself a 9th generation i7 processor. Get at least 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. Really good memory RAM, fast memory RAM. But if you can, go for 32. I would recommend 32 just to be on the safe side. Go with a 32. And then as far as the GPU, I hate to break it to you, but 1080 GTX, it's not going to cut it. It's not going to do it. You got to start with an entry level 2060 Super. Yes, I said it. You're going to need entry level minimum. I'm not bullshitting. Ask Linus Tech Tip. Ask Jay-Z 2 cents. Don't just ask me. I know I'm kind of getting, agitated, but it's true. They're not bullshitting. Jay-Z 2 cents is not bullshitting you. You're gonna have to start at least 2060 Super. 27. Okay, that's be like recommended. Like, hey man, go with a 27 Super, just to be on the safe side. And that's if you truly want to kick back and relax to do 60 FPS 1080p. Medium settings. 1080p medium. We're going backwards, guys. But is it worth it? Okay. Let's talk about this. If you are on the budget, if the money, I'm pretty sure, is an issue, I would wait for the X Series X. Unless you really need a PC, not just for this game, but you really need a good PC and you want to spend $2,000 to get yourself a really good PC, fine. But if you're not looking to build a PC, if you're not looking to spend that kind of money on a PC, wait for the X Series X. Wait for the X Series X. You'll be able to play this on the Xbox Series X. Even at $600, it's far better than what you're gonna spend on a PC. You're looking at $2,000 just to run this game. Just to get 1080p medium settings, 60 FPS, bro. $2,000 just for 1080p. 1080p, 60 FPS at medium settings. Okay? I'm not BSing. I'm serious. So that's what you're going to be looking at, guys. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for screaming and yelling and rambling, but I'm I'm just telling you how demanding this damn game is. This damn software. This is gonna squeeze your wallet, and it's gonna squeeze every ounce of life out of your computer. This is the new crisis. People are gonna say, you know that phrase, can you run crisis? No, that's old school. That's over and done with. There's a new kid in town. Now we're gonna call it, can you run Flight Simulator 2020? That's gonna be the question. Can you run it? And hey, if Xbox Series X can run this game at 4K 60, you know what? Then Xbox Series X is the most powerful console on the planet. But we have yet to see that. Listen, when I buy my Xbox Series X, if this thing is running at 4K 60 with HDR, I will gladly do a quick video, and I'll gladly say that the Xbox Series X is the most powerful console on the planet. Because this shit is very, 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 very demanding. Don't just take my word for it. Look at Jay-Z 2 Cents. He's been testing it. Look at Linus Tech Tips. Okay? So, I hope this video helps for what it is. And I'll catch you guys on the live stream later on today. Okay? But you need to play this at 60 FPS. Sorry, I cannot go back to 30. Yes, I'm sacrificing on the quality, on the visuals, on the resolution. I get that. I understand that. But I cannot play this at 30 FPS. Barely I can hit 30 FPS. So you gotta be able to go at 60 FPS, man, to truly enjoy this game for what it is. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.